All right. I think we are live. Let me just check few things. All right. Okay. Great. All right. So, hi everyone. Welcome back to another stream. And today we will continue what we left yesterday, and we'll go on the issues one by one, what we faced and how we will solve them. But first, let me share this URL over here so that we can have more people joining. All right. Okay, so we were having this issue, right? So we were not able to, let me just do this. We were not able to track this read event, right? And I'm using macOS, and in this I'm writing a simple program in Rust to watch a directory, and we will, with this kind of application, we will learn how to implement some features and all, and how we can make our hand strong in Rust. So yeah, so the initial task to watch a directory and to watch for specific events is done. Though we face some issues on this uh, modify event and all, but we eventually fix them out. And the issue that we are facing on this is we were not able to access anything. So the event was not triggering even from here as well, right? The receivers that we have, so the event was not basically even like emitted from in the receiver. So I looked into it, and I just gone through the documentation, uh, not by my own, but I searched online, and they pointed out this thing that it's written on the documentation which we missed. It was this known problem section. In the known problem section, we have macOS fs event and unowned file. So eventually, due to some security reasons or security model of this fs events used by Mac, it doesn't emit read and access events. It's for security. So you can see, due to the inner security model of fs events, some event cannot be observed easily when trying to follow, right? So eventually we cannot do that. We can do that by implementing kq or using fs event create and all, but I think we are not seasoned enough to do that. We'll do it later, but for now we can skip this part. So this thing over here is macOS doesn't support this due to security reasons, right? So we can say, we can completely comment this thing for now. Definitely we can do this by, there is some workaround, but let's do what we can do over here now. Okay, so the next thing is, now if we go on this thing, the state, like the struct that we managed for this the file watcher struct, we maintained a hash map over here named hash collection. So it takes key and value. Basically the key is the path of the file, and the the value is its hash string. So we are maintaining it to in order to check for changes, that if file has been changed. And one more improvement or implementation will be in that will be which we will do in later point of time, that is we will detect what content has been changed. So we can detect it line by line. Okay, on this line this has been changed or this has been removed, just like git that we do, right? Git diff and all. So we will do that, but for now let's go step by step. We will first detect if the file has been changed. For that we are maintaining hash map. It's a simple rule. What we'll do is, let me just do this thing. Okay, so it's simple. What we'll do, we will what we'll do is, so we have maintained hash somewhere, right, in a hash map, hash of file. Okay, and we will have a new path or a new file to track, right? If we create a new file or if we want to modify a file, so this way we will have a path, right? So let's say a file. So as soon as so one thing we are sure that as soon as we update the file, a hash changes. Okay, so this is the concept of this thing is, whenever we do some change, the hash string that is there, it changes even for like it changes drastically even for a single change. So it's easier for us to detect the changes. So we have a hash map that has a key and a value, right? So the key is the path and the value is the hash string, right? So we have this thing. Let's move this over here, right? So what we'll do is, whatever file we change, we will calculate the hash for it. Calculate the hash string for a file whatever we are working on, for a file which we are working on. Okay, so we'll calculate a hash for a file which we are working on, and we already have this hash of file, so we will search the hash map with path, right? So we will search this hash map via key, that is path. We will search this hash map, and if we gets a value, right, if we returns a value over here, let's say it returns a value, then what we'll do is, the value is the hash map, hash string, right? So we will again evaluate this stored value with the new hash value. So if there is a difference, that means the file has been changed. If it's not, then file is not modified. If we didn't get any value from the hash map, that means it's a new file. So we'll have to again do a thing called, we will have to calculate a hash of that file and store it in a hash map as a new entry. I know this diagram is not well, like but I hope if you are watching this you can get, I mean it's not very tough, it's simple. We have few steps that we have to follow. First of all, whatever path we are working on, we will check it in a stored collection, and if there is a stored value, key value pair on the hash map, we will extract the hash string of that file. Then we will calculate the path we are working on, we will calculate its hash string, and then we will evaluate both of these. If there is a change, that means we will notify that its file has been updated. If there is no change, that it means that it's not updated. If there is no stored value present on the hash map, that means it's a new file, so we will have to insert that key value pair on the hash map. So this is what we have to do. Let's start implementing this thing, right? So we have to work on this part, right? Modify data change content. Now we will change the content and we'll see if there is a change or not. Okay, so One more thing, guys, if you are watching this, please leave a like and feel free to come out on chat so that we can together solve this thing. Also, I won't be asking for likes. I mean, that is that looks odd to ask for likes each time. So, but I will ask for you to come on chat. All right. Let's do this thing. Data change content. All right. Let's. Okay. So first of all, let's implement few functions. So what we need is, first of all, we need to calculate the current file's hash. So we need to create a method that will calculate a hash string and return us that. We already have something like this, but this called hash string, but it do some stuff like collective stuff. Though it creates a hash string, but it also stores it on the hash map. But we only need, so we can extract this function. We can always optimize this later, but let's create a separate function. Well, that is not encouraged because uh, the two functions will be doing same thing, so we should have one function. But for now, let's say uh, let's create another function that will calculate the hash and return us. Okay, so let's create the functions first that will help us to achieve this functionality. Later we will bind it. Okay, so let's start. So here what we'll do, we will create a function to calculate the hash string. Okay, so pub func we will say calculate hash, uh, current hash, right? It will take this thing and it will of course take a path. Should I give it, or should I do this? Should I return a string? We can do that. Okay guys, if you're watching this, come on chat, let's solve this together. Let's work this together. I hope you guys are not busy today. It's a Tuesday. I know some of you are busy studying or some work and all. All right. Now, how do we calculate the hash? So we have path, so we need the content first, right? So we need to first check if file exists, right? If file exists, if not, then we will simply do that. But let's do this thing first. We'll say let content is equal to path dot read to string. We can simply say read to string. It will return a result type, right? Either content or a error. So we have a path that takes string slice. That is fine. It's returning a result type. So we'll do match. We'll match it, right? Okay. So we have a content here. We'll return that content of that file. And we have an error over here, right? So we'll say simply print this thing over here or return this thing over here. We'll say E. All right. It says it returns a result of a string. That will do. All right, so now we have content. uh Now let's create mm, this thing over here. We have this thing, right? So we can say, hmm, we can always send this thing. So we have this content, it takes a buffer, right? Update will take content, and we will do hash dot finalize it returns, right? So we have a string over here, right? Hash string. Okay, now we have this hash string, we can simply say result. But the thing is multiple applicable items, so we have the issue with this digest thing part. We will remove this, right? So there are multiple updates. So okay, so it says we need a string, but we have this thing. So can we do this thing? So it will be a hexadecimal string. All right, so we have created a hash. We can implement checks over here whether the given path, like the file already exists or not. If it's not, then we can throw error. But for now, let's take all positive case scenarios and let's implement our thing first. So little by little we will improve this thing. So we have created a function of calculate current hash. So now we have created a function of calculate current hash. Now we need a function that will first of all fetch this the provided path from the hash map, and then evaluate whether the hash strings match or not, right? So we can create a function on top of it. We'll say what we'll say, calculate current hash, and we'll say, what can we name him? You can say handle content change. Can we do result? Result, what result type we need? We need a status. We need a status that will say whether the file has been changed or not. Do we need to maintain something? Can we maintain an enum? We can do that thing. Let me just um, I mean, we can try. Let's see. uh, what all status do we need? So first of all, we need, of course, modified. We need no change, uh, file not exist. It could be the case. est file not exist. New file. All right, we can name it file status. Maybe in late, maybe we can, because we'll print this, so we need to implement this thing, right? Debug. All right, all right. What happened? Okay, so we created this enum as well. We can use it over here. Under many. Okay, we can handle file status, and again we will have to return this. Haha, Vim user don't use mouse, but I'm not a Vim user. I'm a nobody. Thanks for reaching out. Okay, so it will take unmute self, and we will take a path. Thanks for reaching out, Jainish. Hope you are enjoying this stream. Tell me about yourself, what you do. All right, so handle content change. What we'll do here, we will extract we'll try to extract the key value pairs by using this path as a key from the hash map. If we found any, we will evaluate the current hash with this, and we will check whether the two hash strings are same or not. If they are updated, we will say the file has been modified, right? Okay, so so first of all, we will have to check whether the file, the path, we will have to check whether the path, we have 7 views, 1 concurrent viewers. I hope the stream is, let me just pull my laptop here so you guys can see what I'm doing, if you are able to see. Here I check for chats. Is it visible? Let me just see. I don't have any speed over here. There is something seriously wrong with internet from the past week. Anyways, let's hope for good, at least for an hour. Right, let's do. It says access kind. Are we using it? No. Remove this thing. Let's make this thing. All right. We have everything scary over here. Expected result. Okay. That is fine. That is fine. We need our implementation. So what we can do? We will check whether. Hello, Simplays. How are you, buddy? All right. So we have a path. We need to figure out if part doesn't exist, then we can simply say file not exist, right? Because we have created a status on the enum. So let's do this thing. We'll say if not, let's write something first. If path does not exist, we will return. If my college is going to start from next Monday. Oh, noise. Hi bro, what are you up to? Hello, mascoder. Yeah, I'm just writing a simple application just to like brush up my Rust skills and all. So yeah, I'm basically trying to watch a directory, and then uh, if there is any change, I am planning to like show them on the terminal whatever event that is that it fired, like whether it's a modify event, access event, create event and all. and something like that. Something like that. Basically, it's a kind of watcher. I'm using Notify Create and trying to wrap things around it. How is the stream going, by the way? Is it smooth or what, or laggy? Are you able to hear everything? Yeah, this is NeoVim. I'm using Astro and Vim template over it. NeoVim. Yep. All right. All right. If it's perfect, then it's okay. Great. That means it's going good. All right. So, what we're doing, if part doesn't exist, we will return file status of. No, it's not Vim. Why using mouse? Yeah. Right. Old habit. Mouse is there. And I am, I am currently not planning to leave this. I like working with it. Alright, if part does not exist, we will return a file status of file not found, right? That the enum we have created. File status. File status of file not found. My typing is also bad, by the way. I mean, most of the NeoVim user that I've watched or seen, like they have great WPM. Okay, so let's do this. So how we can check for by using path if file exists or not. So we already did that part, but let's again go through it. We will use part.exist, made my first project. Let me know when you're free, we'll share it. Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Definitely we'll check it out. What it's about. Ah, okay, okay. I think it's an SSH application that you said, right, on the previous streams. Whatever you are working on, a kind of portfolio or something. All right. So I think there is some lag. Anyways, no, no, it was a real estate website, web dev using Mern stack. Okay, okay, my bad. Yeah, 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 we can always do that. We can check it. All right, so how we'll do that? We can say if uh, path, so we have that string slice, right? So path new, it takes this thing, we'll say path dot exists. If it doesn't exist, we'll return file status, file not exist. Yeah, missing else clause. Yeah, it's complaining that I'm missing an else clause, but that's fine, we'll return something from there. So now we have handled this part. Okay, so if file not exists, then it will simply return from here. Now let's implement whatever we here now to like calculate the current hash and check in hash map for a stored key value pair, right? This is what we have to do. We have to calculate the current hash, we will have to check the hash map for that. Okay, so now let's calculate the current hash. So we'll say let current hash is equal to self whatever function we have created, calculate current hash, it takes a path. Okay, so we'll provide it a path and it returns a result type. So for now let's do this. All right, so we have a current path. Now we have a current path. Hello Faisal, how you doing? First time watching live, someone is coding in Rust. I mean, yeah, it's simple application, I'm learning too. Thanks for reaching out, Faisal. What do you do, buddy? Are you a student or a working professional? Or are you planning to learn Rust or are you into the Rust development? So we have this current hash and self dot calculate current hash. Alright, so we have current hash over here. Now what we have to do is we have to fetch based on this path as a key. We will have to fetch it from the file not exist. Okay, it's complaining, it's saying use this return. All right. So now let's fetch from the hash map. So we'll say self dot I am a web dev. Awesome. I am a web dev too. So I'm just learning Rust. So what's your tech stack? So we'll say self dot hash collection dot get camera switched off. Camera switched off. Wait a minute. Camera switched off. What the heck is going on? Okay, actually I'm using this continuity camera, so maybe there someone could be calling, or let me just fix that. Right, I hope. Is it good now? I accidentally missed something. Okay, so this is not the obvious. This is Is it okay? I think it is okay. Do I need to set it like this, or like this? I think this is nice. This is nice. Okay. Let's go back on what we're doing. Put it on side. Camera switched off. Thanks guys. Thanks for letting me know. Actually, I don't have any webcam, so I use my phone as a camera. So whenever there is a notification, it paused, but it like notify me on the system, but I don't know why. Anyways, we are good. So we are good, right? Okay. Okay. So let's do this thing. Self dot hash collection dot get. Now it will take a key. So we have a key path, right? Let's do this. Now it returns an option, right? Option. So let's do this. Uh, so option, we have either some or we have none, right? We will handle both the cases. On some we will have, of course, the stored hash, right? We'll have stored hash, and now here we'll write our logic to evaluate the stored hash with the calculated current hash, right? And if we don't have anything, we will say okay. What will return? We'll return file status. We'll say new file. But before that, for now I'm just writing this to suppress this error. Okay, and we'll simply write from here, okay, file status dot updated, modified. So it's just plain like fill in the blanks kind of thing. It's not a complete logic. We will have something else to do over here. It's just that I'm just clearing my editor from the error. Enable no disturb mode in mobile. Yes sir, you're right, we can do that. But yes, we can do that. I will keep that in mind. Thanks, Faisal. All right. Okay, so now we have to like implement few things over here. So we have current hash, we have stored hash, we have this case over here. So let's implement if it's a new file. Find anything from the hash map, right? It means there doesn't exist any key value pair, but it passes our logic of this path dot exist. So path exists already on the directory that is being watched, but the pair is not on the hash map. It means it's a new file, right? So instead of this, what we'll do, of course we have to do this over here, but first here we know that it's a new file, right? So we have to again calculate hash, this time for entry in the hash map, right? Okay, and we already have this thing in place, right? Calculate the new hash and enter in entry, making an entry into the hash map. We have already written this function, that is hash string, right? Now let's simply call this function over here. We'll say self dot hash string, it takes a path, but it takes a option. All right. Okay. It takes a option of string slices, right? So we have path as a string slice, so we will do some path. Okay, so result that must be used has an error variant. So for now we will do this, but we should handle it gracefully always. Okay, so this part is handled, right? If there is a new file, so this part is handled. Now we will have to implement the part where we got the hash from the hash map. That means file exists first of all, passed from the first check. Second is there is a value. Now we need to figure out if the value has been updated or not. For that we have to evaluate these things. Like we have to simply implement a check that if the stored hash is equal to current hash or not. We will do that. But let's first go on LinkedIn. Maybe if you guys have some like videos or so on YouTube, we can hang out by watching that as well. Oh, how many of you have watched Social Network? Let's see if we got any new subscriber. Oh, yes. We have one subscriber more. Thank you very much, whoever subscribed to the channel. Feel free to unsubscribe it anytime if you think it's not worthy. Check out my other videos as well. Don't forget to criticize any video, give your honest feedback and all. Help me improve too. All right. Let's do tech matching. What's this? Acha. Oh, I call stack. Ooh. Rate my setup. What the heck is that? Tesla model costs 67 lakhs in India. Double its $37 like variant price in the US. Both languages excel in their intended use. Rust was designed to be used in argument against C, whereas C were designed to develop softwares. Yes, Steenborg. Alright, back to business. If you have any funny video to watch on YouTube or maybe something, please leave a link or something on the comments on the on the chat. Also, please notify me if the stream is not going well or something. I think I have some issue. It says the bitrate is low, but why? But why? Stream's current bitrate is this, lower than the recommended bitrate. Though my OBS didn't complain about it. It says that okay, everything is green. 10,000 kbps. Stream health warning. Stream status good. Okay, let's try to implement this thing. Then, oh, I got it now. I think I have to put my laptop on charge. Give me a minute, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, so we need to check here, right? So let's we have stored hash. So what we can say, yeah, we'll use this thing. So we'll say if the stored hash uh, current hash, if it's equal, then we'll say okay, file status no change, right? And else, right? If the hash strings are equal, then it means there is no change. If it's different, it means the file has been modified. Now let's quickly test this out. First of all, we need to call this function as well. Handle content change. Handle content change. So we will have to from here, right? So self dot handle content change. It takes a path. So we'll say event dot paths. On the 0th index we have this thing, event dot paths. Okay, so let's see, it says it needs something called this, so we'll say to str, but it will be an option. I think we need to unwrap this, and of course it will return, let's say, response, right? So we can simply say print uh, response, right? Let's remove this thing. All right. Okay, So we have created this function that will check if the file has been updated or not, and return the appropriate status function to calculate the current hash. Let's test this out. I have this over here. First of all, remove this thing, v star dot txt. Okay, and uh, let's do this. Right. uh, okay, we'll say first of all, let's create this thing, touch event dot txt, event start, event end, event start. There's a create event, right? It's a create event. Now we'll update the file and see what events that if. Okay, I just remember one thing. I haven't enabled the create event, right? If I haven't even enabled the create event, it will not add it into the hash map, because hash string function does that, right? So let's do this. Now let's do this again. Cargo was before that. Let's do this. Okay, we'll say touch v1 dot txt. All right, though the event has been event end, this is the log, file has been created, and this hash string for the empty file has been stored on the hash map, right? Now let's update this thing. So we'll use vi v1 dot txt. We have these many events that are being created, so it's like very platform specific, and whatever depend on the tools that we are using. If we are creating if we are creating updating a file, then the tool that we are using to update a file or write a file, it might create a swap file and all, so it will create it, it will modify the timestamp. So these many events are like natural. We can suppress these event, not suppress, basically we have to handle those event on the match statement. There is the only way. So let's update this thing. So we'll say this file has been updated, but first of all, let's do this thing over here so that we can have a clear separation over here, right? WQA. All right, we got something. We got something from here. Okay. Uh, it says v1.txt file created. There are few files that has been this, so these will be removed as well. Any event occurred. I think the timestamp has been changed, right? This was swap file. uh, Event started, event ended. We have to only track that event, like modify event with data change or content change, whatever was that. La, 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 la. Data change content, right? So let's see if it is there. Event. So it says file status no change. First of all, there is no change. I don't know this is for what, like whether a swap file or not. So there is file removed, that's fine. Any event occurred, that's fine too. Updated hash map, file removed, file not exist. So the last event here is file not exist. I think we have something for to debug, right? Let's maybe event paths. Let's uncomment this thing. Uh, let's go here. Right, viv1.txt. Let's do this event paths. So as you can see now, we can see like the path, whatever file that is being handled on the backend. This file has been updated. So we'll say again. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, it is like going for this thing. Swap file. File not exist, of course, because file has been removed. This swipe file, the swap file has been removed. Any event occurred, file removed, file status no change. This is the one that is like the output is wrong over here because it's working for v1.txt. That's what we are modifying, but it says no change. We need to validate our logic. No change. Let's go here. uh so the stored hash, okay, because I have created a file. When I create a file, it will store this. So the starting will be this. So as soon as I update a file, there should be two things. The current hash is this. So the file which I am updating, there could be a reason. As soon as I close a file, then all file, that the swap file or any temporary file should be that has been created for while updating should be vanished, right? So as soon as I close the file, I need the updated files, hash, and I think the updated file hash, and it is taking it as an empty file. If I do a wqa as well, again I'm not sure what's happening there because I have seen too many issues that are platform specific, but this shouldn't be the way. There should be a workaround. And content change. So one thing we can do to debug is this the file we can. So as soon as I create a file, because let's imagine we already have that thing in place, right? So let's see the current hash. Calculate current hash. Let's see the content first. Okay. Okay, this is the content. This file has been updated again and again, but it still says no change. No change. If the content is different, it will then calculate the hash. If it is a return, calculate current hash. We have current hash, some stored hash. Let's do this thing. So this will be our stored hash, and this will be our current hash, right? Stored hash and current hash. Let's see how it goes. Txt. Let's do this thing. All right. You can see there is no, like, there is a change, right? It's 9c to f3. It's 3d 9c2. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. You guessed it right. So, as you can see, guys, stored hash that we have stored for this file is different. The current hash, because the file has been changed, is different. But this is saying there is no change. Why? Is it the way we are evaluating wrong? We are simply evaluating it like this. If stored hash equals current hash. Why rust though? Just for fun. Yeah. Not very big reason, like, not any revolutionary reason for that. Just like that, I tried learning it. So I yeah, just like that. So let's see. Okay, so is it this way we are doing wrong? Like, is it the correct way to evaluate the hash strings? I have stored hash like this, that is completely different from the current hash. मैं भी फन फन में ट्राई किया था. अच्छा. तो किया था. सही है, बढ़िया है. अभी तक कंटिन्यू कर रहे हो या छोड़ दी? In Rust, to check if two string hash strings are equal, you can use this operator. That's what I'm doing. Compare the actual values of the string. The operator check if the content of the string. If you are working with string types, uh, I don't know. Can't compare this. Partial EQ. कंसल्टेंसी की जॉब लग गई कॉलेज में, रोता हूँ क्यों एक्सेप्ट की। अच्छा। नहीं यार, रो मत यार। सब वहीं से शुरू करते हैं भाई। स्टोर्ड हैश करंट हैश। अब ये क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? ये ये क्या कह रहा है? नो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन फॉर दिस। ओके, इट सेज दिस डी रिफरेंसिंग हेयर। भैया कंपाइलर की भी सुन लेते हैं थोड़ी। वैसे मैंने ऐसे, लेट्स सी। अरे कोई नहीं यार, डेथ नोट भाई लगे रहो। दिखा देना किसी को डेथ नोट। मुझे मत दिखाना बस। ठीक है। वी विल अपडेट दिस फाइल, I'll say again and again. Hmm? Okay, again and again. Just give me few minutes. I'll wrap this stream. WQA. Do we have anything? I'm still getting no change. So I think this is the issue for today. Though we have different hash strings, but still we are getting no change. But I think since partial eq is not implemented, you can try implementing, or there must be a method in the library for this. Yes, of course, sir. There should be. There might be. Uh, so let's do this thing first. What it was saying. No implementation for this thing. The trait partial eq is not implemented for this. Consider dereferencing here. Okay, so it is saying that a reference of string, the partial eq is not implemented. Either we have to dereference it or compare it with the reference of this thing. So that's what we did earlier. So we did this thing. But the issue here is, though we have different hash strings, still it's saying with this line, it says, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hmm. Stored hash, but stored hash, if I go over here, it's string, right? So basically it is evaluating them equal. So that's why it's going on no change. I think, what is the problem here? Do and current hash. Yes. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's what I did earlier. That's what I did earlier. See. Hmm. Anyways, I think. Uh, I think we have like 1 hour for this thing. We will continue this later, guys. Uh, some things to do. Maybe tomorrow I'll like post it on my YouTube post if I find any solution, or if we are going to solve this tomorrow in, or maybe if I'm coming tomorrow or not. I'll simply like post a empty post or something, hello hi, on the YouTube, where if you guys are watching and able to fix this thing, you can definitely post your suggestions there. We will check that out together. All right. Thank you everyone whoever joined. Death Note, Faisal, Simplays, Masked Coder, And Janice, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for reaching out. uh, Take the stored hash. Take the stored hash. Yes, 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 it is. I don't understand what you said. Take the stored hash. I took it, and based on this I'm evaluating like this. uh, Anyways, let me just quickly create an empty post on the YouTube where you can post your suggestions. We will check that out. I have something to do. Thank you very much for being there, everyone. Thank you very much. Check out my other videos as well. And thank you. Bye bye. See you later. Thank you very much. Also, please share this video with your friends, and don't forget to like and comment if you like the stream or not. Feel free to criticize any video on my YouTube channel. Dot take. Okay, you said something. We'll definitely check that out. Dot take. Okay. Dot take. Dot take. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you very much. Bye bye, guys.